Hi guys! Brief note, before I filmed this video, I filmed a video for a new collab channel that I'm in. A collab channel. We're in the late 2000s again. I'd highly recommend checking it out. It has Ali in it. Ali was in a collab channel that I was also in the late 2000s called Forever the Five Kids, and we have 3 other people in there as well. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I am Friday, so if you want to check out that collab channel, everyone seems really great, and that's it. Link down below. I have read 5 books since my last recently read and currently reading, and I'd like to say that we are in the 3rd month of the year, and I have successfully put every single book that I have read thus far in the year in a recently read and currently reading. There have only been 2 so far, but you know, I'm still happy about that. The first book that I read since the last recently read and currently reading is The Grown Up by Gillian Flynn. Tiny book, it's a novella. It's about ghosts within a house and also not ghosts within a house. This woman's really hard on cash, so she does virtually anything in order to get it, and one of the things that she does is, I think she essentially reads palms, but this one person has sort of a haunted house, but we don't know if it's legitimately haunted or if someone's actually messing with it. I'm having a hard time describing this book, but it was really trippy. Like, by the end of the book, you still don't know who's actually really messed up. If you've read this, can you explain it better for me? If you like ghost stories, I'd give it a go. I read it during one commute from here to the city, only 50 minutes. Just trippy, interesting. It's the second thing that I've read by Gillian Flynn other than Gone Girl, so it was good to read more of her writing again, if nothing else, and it was a really quick story to get through. The second thing that I read since is The Edge of Everything by Giles. Me and Heather from the Bookables actually just got off of a live show for this. I'm like filming this right after that, and it was so much fun. So if you want to watch it, it'll definitely be on her channel. I think we only talked about this book for like 15 minutes, but we talked a good amount about it, spoiler free, and after that we talked about other bookish things like our favorite books. We also talked about TV shows a lot. We have a lot of similar tastes in TV shows, so I'd recommend watching it if you have some time, if you're just like eating and you want something to watch that's a little bit lengthy. I gave this book 4 out of 5 stars. I thought that the ending was kind of predictable, but I loved all of the characters. It was a very fast-paced book, and it was just fun and quirky and modern. Big fan. As far as dystopians go, this is probably up there as like one of my top 5. Next thing, Yaki Delgado Wants to Kick Your Ass. Meg Medina is a fantastic storyteller, and I have to admit, I really liked Burn Baby Burn more than this one. I read that one last year, I believe, but this one was fantastic. It deals with younger characters, it deals with bullying, it deals with somebody in a new environment that she's extremely uncomfortable with and trying to figure out whether she wants to fight her way through it or if it's worth fighting through it. You could feel the character's exhaustion trying to figure this out, and it's just so important. I feel like her final decision was incredibly important. The way that she had to fight through everything. Oh my god. I loved the side characters. Oh my god. This book was great. It was so easily readable. I would highly recommend reading Meg Medina's writing. Again, I really loved Burn Baby Burn more. However, this was still a great read. Next, 2 A.M. at the Cat's Pajamas by Helen Bertino. 2 A.M. at the Cat's Pajamas is about this girl, this little girl, Madeline. She's 9 years old. It's in her perspective, but it's in a million other people's perspectives as well, and it only takes place during one day. Madeline wants to be a jazz singer. That's all she wants to do. She wants to sing, but no one will let her. No one will let her sing at church. No one will let her sing anywhere. That's all she wants to do. It's so good. Here's the thing. Because it was in so many different perspectives, I had a really hard time becoming invested in any of the characters. But I don't think I was supposed to become invested in any of the characters. They were all really interesting, and I loved the story in general. I loved the string and how everybody connected throughout the span of one day. I think at the time I wanted to become invested in a character, and so that sort of strayed me away from the story a bit. But that's my own fault. That's not really the story's fault. And the story was written beautifully. Again, everything was strung together really perfectly. So I really liked this. It may not have been what I needed at the time, but I see why people would think this is like utterly fantastic. The last thing I finished last night. I don't generally read at night because I find that it's a lot harder for me to pay attention. I'm just tired, I want to go to bed. But this book, This Side of Home, was great. I love how I loved all the books that I read. There hasn't been a book in a long time where I've given like 2 stars or 1 star because I don't read it if it's 2 stars or 1 star. Like, I make sure that I invest myself in a book that I know is going to be really good. This book was really good. This Side of Home was actually in my literary box this quarter. It's about 2 twins, Nikki and Maya. Nikki and Maya go to this high school in Portland that has been overrun by privileged people, and they want to better the town. But Maya sees this as taking away the culture that has been there for so long. Time and time again, she sees people negatively discussing their town. And when something positive happens, she doesn't see people discussing the positive. She doesn't see a need for improvement. She really loves her town. She loves that it's family. She loves that it's culture. She loves everything about that. But when the changes are happening, her twin Nikki is going to it full force and Maya's straying away, and that sort of disconnects them a little bit, especially since they're both looking at different colleges now and, you know, they don't want to be separated. All the conversations in this are so important, so important. It was so great reading in the perspective of 2 twin teenage Black girls because it's not my perspective, and reading these conversations from their perspective was immensely important. And I think everyone should get a chance to read this because it's so easily readable and it talks about something that's happening in so many different cities, and it's just really important, and it was so good and I couldn't stop reading it. Would so recommend this. I would give it 4.5 out of 5 stars. I'm like so bad at giving out 5 stars. It needs to be perfect. 4.5 stars. Would recommend to everybody. That was it. Currently, I'm still reading Skippy Dies. I let this go for a little bit just because it is a hunker, and I wanted to speed read some things because I just felt like I wasn't finishing anything, and I felt the need to just finish some things. But I am going to be continuing with this so that eventually I could finish this as well. It is really enjoyable. Me and Ali are still reading it together, and you will get my thoughts on the 3rd part of it hopefully this weekend. We'll see. Fingers crossed. Please let me know what you are reading down below, or if you have read any of those books and you have any thoughts on them, or what do you have read in the nearish past. Hope you're having a great day, and I'll see you soon. Bye!